Hello and welcome to Rambling Runner Reviews, and today we are talking about the Skechers Ride 10. Now, the Skechers shoes, for some people, they're in the know. They've run in Skechers before and they know all the good stuff that Skechers can provide. These shoes are really, really good. They're all a little different, and we'll talk about that in a second, but some people, they see like the Skechers outlet store in their local shopping plaza, and they don't realize that Skechers makes some of the best running shoes on the market, and they have for a while. And I'm so excited to talk about the Ride 10. So the Ride 10 is their version of a daily trainer. Okay, this is the shoe that, for people who don't know, daily trainer is basically the shoe that you use for a variety of different things. Okay, so your normal easy day, daily trainer. Okay. Also, you should be able to take it out on a long run and occasionally for a fartlek workout and things of that nature too. All right. And that's exactly where this shoe comes in. Okay. This has kind of been marketed for a long time as just kind of like the forgotten shoe for Skechers. Okay. A couple of iterations ago, Jameson Michael, who you may have seen his now almost defunct YouTube channel, but it used to be really, really good. He put out a lot of shoes. I think it was the Ride 8 was his like shoe of the year. Right. So the thing about the Ride series is that it gets underplayed, but this shoe is easily for me, and if you saw my recent episode with Tommy Runs, then you know this shoe is my most underrated shoe of 2022, and it's not even close. Okay, why? There's gonna be a bunch of reasons. First of all, you see underrated, you know that means that it just isn't getting any hype, and this shoe is getting no hype. Zero. So from a hype perspective, it's easy to see why this shoe might be underrated to some degree. Now, talk about why it's underrated. I can't stop running in this shoe. Okay, I just can't stop. I love it for easy days. I love it for long runs. I love it for marathon pace. I even love it for recovery days. It provides everything. Okay, so let's get into the specs. Okay, this shoe is 8.4 ounces, which is incredibly light for a daily trainer. For women, it's just under 7 ounces. Okay, we got 34 stack in the heel, 28 in the forefoot. That's for men and women. And that is a 6mm heel drop, which is kind of right in the middle. That's actually really where I like it as well. Okay. For the upper, you have an engineered mesh. It's kind of like an engineered mesh that almost at first glance looks like a knit upper. It's not. It's roomy, but not too voluminous. Okay. I think they really, and this is going to be a common theme for this review, is it really hits the middle of the road. All right, I have a narrow foot. I had no problem wearing this shoe. Okay, I had no heel slip. The heel collar is absolutely fantastic. You get a good amount of padding in here. It's not too much. The tongue is actually quite plush, okay, which is surprising considering the weight. All right, this is a lightweight daily trainer, but you still get plush around the heel collar and the tongue as well. It's thin in the forefoot, but it's still structured. Okay, you still have a little bit of a toe cap here, which provides structure on the mesh. Okay, you got the vamp isn't too loose. Okay, there have been some Skechers shoes, like the Razor XS, where the vamp is a little loosey-goosey, and it's just not there. Okay, not to take Seth Jameson Moore's word, but that's what it is. Okay, the Max Road 5, which I'm going to be reviewing next, has a much more voluminous upper than this, okay? So this one really hits the middle of the road, which I love. The lacing system is great. You get the perfect lockdown. You get the runner's knot if you want it, which also works well. Ultimately, the upper is just fine. Also, some Skechers shoes in the past have been too thick of an upper, okay? They really haven't nailed it in terms of, you have the Razor XS series, which is an incredibly light upper. There's almost nothing there, which allows it to be so lightweight. But there's no structure, and sometimes it just can irritate a little bit if it doesn't lay perfectly on your foot. On the other end, you have some other shoes, like, see, the Go Run 7, Go Run 8, and then also the Max Road 5, which can be a little bit too thick. And they just really hadn't hit that middle ground. This shoe hits it perfectly. So congratulations, Skechers, on getting that done. We'll talk about midsole last, because that's really where the best part of this shoe is. The outsole is great, as you can see. The coverage here is almost all-encompassing, but you got the flex grooves. Okay, you have some nice lug depth here, about a 1 to 2mm lug depth here. You got the Goodyear rubber, which I have found that works incredibly well. For me, the clear sign of Goodyear rubber is looking here. Okay, sometimes I get a little bit of scrape here from a wear and tear standpoint. As you can see, there's no wear and tear there, which means there's no wear and tear anywhere else. I've gone well over 50 miles at this point in this shoe, which means that this shoe is going to last for as long as I want it to last, which is exactly where you want it to be. This lug depth and lug pattern makes this shoe really good for not only for road, but also for light trail, dirt road, towpath, things like that. You have no problem gripping in those circumstances. You can say that you can say that about a lot of road shoes. In terms of you can get away with it kind of feel. This has kind of like a Nike Pegasus feel where it runs really well on light trail, towpath, things like that. And that's a really good place to be. Now, let's talk about the midsole, because this is where it is at. So first things first, they have the arch fit, which means sometimes at first I thought the arch fit was kind of like a new term of art for basically kind of like the rolling mechanism that a lot of shoes are talking about. That is not what arch fit is. Arch fit is actually the inside footbed of the shoe that has been designed, they say, by 100,000 foot scans, and podiatrists have looked at it. So it provides a unique fit to your arch where it hugs it and provides some stability and just a really good feeling inside your foot. Inside the shoe for your foot. At first I thought it was just marketing talk. I mean, I love this shoe, but I was like, yeah, it sounds like marketing talk to me, but it isn't. And you notice it. Now, I have no plantar fasciitis problems. I don't have heel problems normally. So when I saw the arch fit, part of me worried that it was going to be a higher arch, which would kind of create kind of like a fulcrum inside the shoe that my foot would be landing on. That's what happened to me in the Nike Pegasus 35. It became unrunnable because it was just coming into my arch and was creating foot problems for me. This shoe fits really well. Now, I don't know. I can't tell you how exactly arch fit works or how much of a difference it makes, but I can tell you this. This shoe fits me very, very well. So whatever they're doing with arch fit, whatever it is or isn't, I really don't care. I can just tell you this shoe fits really well for me. So the midsole is a hyperburst midsole, which every Skechers shoe has, except, and you've heard me do this rant before with other shoes, sometimes when you hear hyperburst or certain midsoles, you don't know what that means from a durometer perspective. You don't know what it means from a softness perspective, okay? There are some hyperbursts, for say, again, the Razor XS is a great example of this, where it's incredibly firm. However, the Razor 3 is incredibly soft. This is more on the soft end, but it provides enough cushion underfoot where it doesn't bottom out. This is my favorite midsole of the year, and that's what makes this shoe so great. It can handle the easy runs, the long runs, the up-tempo work. It can handle it all. And you get all this for $125, $130. Uh-oh, can you hear that? Trash man's here. And not having the bottoming out problem is a wonderful thing, because sometimes with these soft midsoles, that can definitely happen, especially for the 4-foot striker, because you have less of a stack here. So I'm a midfoot 4-foot striker, and sometimes with those really, really soft shoes, and if you saw the Asics Nimbus 24 review, then you know this very well at this point, that if I get that soft durometer scale, and this one's in the 30s, and I'm landing in it, sometimes it bottoms out really fast. And that was not the case for this shoe, not even close. I love this shoe. I absolutely love it. But put in perspective, I had a really hard workout a couple weeks ago on a Tuesday, which is normally my hard workout day. Or maybe it was a Monday, I can't remember. Either way, the next day, I had 8 miles, all right, on tired legs. I was tired, I was a little sore. And I have a lot of shoes at this point, okay? And I have some high stack shoes, some really soft shoes that are great for those days. I went with this, and it wasn't for this review to say, hey, how does it work on a recovery day? It was purely what I wanted to wear on that day. And I think that says it all, that a shoe that 8.4 ounces for men, just under 7 ounces for women, that can run really fast, you can also use for a recovery day, and you get this kind of outsole coverage with that kind of durability. I don't know who wouldn't like this shoe at this point. It checks all the boxes for me. I absolutely love it, and I am shocked that it isn't getting more coverage, because it's one of the best shoes on the market, and for me, it's not even close. So thank you so much for watching today on Rambling Runner Reviews. Me coming at you soon. We got a lot of new stuff coming in. Today, we got the Hoka Mach 5 coming in at the house. We got the Saucony Ride 15. I'm gonna be doing a Skechers Max Road 5 review very soon, and a Puma Deviate Elite. So many things coming up on the channel. So make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss a thing. Thank you so much for watching, and happy running.